Good afternoon and shout out to the mighty LDBC. I am Trill Will LDBC or nothing. And welcome to yet another live stream. Want to first three things. Make sure number one that you're subscribed to the channel. You click the bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I create content on this channel. Number two, make sure you hit the like button when you come in. Just push this video into the algorithm because it needs to be seen. Number three, donate to the channel. Your donations are greatly appreciated. And today, number four, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Even though I know Father's Day always feels like just a regular day, I see you dads. If you're like me, our job is grueling, never ending, and unappreciated. For the most part, I'm just speaking in the generalities of fathers in America. But anyways, I'm not gonna sit here and have no fucking crime party. There's enough people online right now doing that shit. Just want to acknowledge those dads out there, the real fathers that sacrifice to make things happen. You know what I mean? So, Baby J, how you doing, Queen? Shelton, my brother, happy Father's Day to you, bro. Mahari, what's up, Brody? Older, what's up, man? Pam, how you doing, Queen? I want to talk about something. Misinformation. Carpe diem, what's up, family? Vado Loco, what's up, man? I wanna talk about misinformation and how misinformation is the driving force behind the Republican Party, Donald Trump, MAGA, and all these fucking weirdos on the internet. Let me start by one thing. Okay, the narrative that's going out here right now is 250,000 people showed up to Donald Trump's shitty ass parade. That's false. That's a lie. That's a big lie. Sir, what's up with it? Happy Father's Day to you, sir. Shade Girl, how you doing? Jesse, what's up, man? 250,000 people showed up to this bullshit ass party. This fascist wannabe dictator, he couldn't even keep his eyes open. Pete Hegseth was drunk. Melania looked like she didn't want to be there. It's just a whole gaggle fuck of dumbassery and fuck shit. But you know the fucking right. Now let me go on to say on the misinformation front. There was a murder of a Minnesota congresswoman and her husband that took place yesterday. And also an attempted murder on a senator and his wife. The fucking Charlie Cooks, the fucking goofball, raggedy ass, fucking MAGA dumbasses, the fucking right, all these fucking goofballs is out here with their conspiracy theories and lies. Oh, he was a damn Tim Walz, appointed him, da-da-da-da-da. Well, I got some news for y'all. The fucking weirdo who killed that lady and her husband and attempted to unalive the other guy, his roommate came out in tears, and it's everywhere. Stephen Elder Mack, what's up, Brody? Happy Father's Day to you, man. His roommate came out, and his roommate came out and disbanded every fucking lie that these goofballs was out here telling. None of that shit was true. He was an avid Trump supporter. He voted for Donald Trump in the 2024 election. He is a registered Republican, been a registered Republican since 2004. So yeah, all that shit is dead. That shit is dead. Piff, what's up with it, man? Erica Turner, salute to you, Queen. This is what thrives, and this is what is the fuel that pushes MAGA to be what MAGA is. Misinformation, lies, and projection. Misinformation, lies, and projection. Main event Mark. What's up with it, bro? And happy Father's Day to you, King. He said, you see how sad that stupid stupid ass parade was? Yes. 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 It was stupid. A waste of 45 million fucking dollars. And y'all wanna know something wild? If you ain't in the military, you wouldn't have seen this shit. But I did. The military was there, the army was there against their will, dog. How do you know, Trill Will? I want y'all to go back and you watch when the army was marching. Go and watch when the army was marching. One of the most simplistic things in the world that you do in the military is learn how to march. Left, right, left. Left, right, left. Left, right, left. Left, right, left. Okay, cool. Right and left, right, left, right, low, right and left. I used to sing cadence. Loved it. One of my favorite parts of being in the Marine. I used to love singing cadence because I could sing a little bit. So singing cadence will make people stay in line and stay in step. If you watch the steps of all those soldiers that were out there marching that bullshit ass fascist parade and Trump's birthday party, they were off step. Big time. They didn't want to be there. Go watch it. It's on video. So you don't have to worry about me lying about that. You can go watch the army march. And they just like they was walking. There was no uniformity, no nothing, none of that. Silent protest. They did not want to be there. Alley Cat, I agree with you. Fuck them. It was sloppy. It was unorganized. It was purposely done to show the Americans they are not with him. Tanks with squeaky ass wheels. Donald Trump looking like a fucking dumbass. This fucking this fat pile of shit just sat there looking stupid. Just goofy. But there's one thing I know none of y'all probably didn't watch. Yep. What, baby? Thank you. Cam, how you doing, man? I feel bad for the world. And look, y'all want to know something else wild? Here's the wildest part. Here's how misinformation works. Israel started a fight with Iran. They shot missiles into their country, blew up some of their nuclear, where the missile facilities and shit. They started with them. So in turn, Israel retaliates. Guess who is the enemy in all of this? Guess who Donald Trump is siding with? Bibi Netanyahu, the fucking pissant of the world. He's siding with him. They done tore the roads to shit, dog. They tore the roads to shit. They tore the roads to shit. Bibi Netanyahu is the martyr in all this when he started the shit in Iran. And they thought they were going to be able to just bomb Iran like they did Gaza, like they did the Palestinian people in Gaza. And they was Bibi Netanyahu, since he has the support of the United States. Well, he don't have the support of the United States. He has the support of the Republican Party and Donald Trump. He did, Mark. He did. He did. Him and Pete, the drunk fucking Hegseth. That fucking moron. Yep, they did. He had something to do with it. Mahari in the super chat, he said the army members looked embarrassed to be there. They did. They didn't want to be there, dog. They didn't want to be there. They did not want to be there. Y'all let me know when the shit starts fucking acting weird, bro. Hey, don't get too hopeless yet. Don't get that in the office, right? Yep, Trump had that dick look. Texas game and salute to you, man. Oh, I'm breaking up. Hold on. Let me go in the house. Let's go in the house. Yeah, because I already know what time that is. I already know what time that is. It's about to be some bullshit. That's why the fucking numbers keep jumping up and down and shit. Yeah, you don't know bullshit though. You've been on that bullshit for forever. Y'all let me know if this thing goes out, cause I'll start a new one. If it does. Thank you, sir. Let me go. Y'all let me know when if it start acting stupid. If it start acting stupid, I'll restart this some bitch. Okay. So let me. General, what's up with it? Happy Father's Day to you, King. Happy Father's Day to you, man. Okay, now we good. We good now. It's good and cool in here too. It's hot outside. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button though. All of the noise that's coming from outside, all of the bullshit, all of the shit that these fucks are doing. Wow. I want y'all to pay a close attention. Make sure y'all pay attention to everything going on. Cause it's all like, okay. All right, so now it's time for me to be a conspiracy theorist. Y'all ready? Okay. Philadelphia, Lancaster, Pittsburgh, all in Pennsylvania, right? All of these places had a No Kings protest. And there were hundreds of thousands of people that were out there protesting Donald Trump. Do y'all think that Donald Trump actually won Pennsylvania as it being a swing state? That's the question of the day. Do y'all actually think Donald Trump won all these swing states? He didn't win that shit. He did not. You mean to tell me all those people showed up? I don't think. I know Donald Trump didn't win those swing states. I know he didn't. I know he didn't win Wisconsin. I know he didn't win fucking all of them. I don't think he won none of them. I think Elon Musk fucked with the numbers. I think because Elon Musk was controlling Starlink, I believe it. I don't care what nobody says. Yep, Piff. I know. I don't think he won Nevada. I don't think he won Arizona. I don't think he won none of them. And again, I'm telling y'all, this video is about combating misinformation that these motherfuckers love coming out and talking about. Like, again, okay, I'm going to start here. I'm going to start here. We're going to work our way around because we're going to be covering a lot of spaces. Elon Musk tweeted yesterday, the left is murderously violent. Then this fucking goofball bitch posted, the left kills the CEO of United Healthcare, two Israeli ambassadors, staffers, attempts twice to assassinate the president, doxes, and it's... Let me stop all that shit. Let me stop all that shit. Luigi Mangione was a Republican. He was a Republican. Luigi Mangione was a Republican. I don't give a fuck about that weirdo in Israeli because I know why he did it. He did it because of the murder and genocide of those babies, old people, hospitals, food sites in fucking Gaza. I understand that. Not saying that I condone it, but I understand. I understand. Bibi Netanyahu is a murderous fucking tyrant. And right now, he's planning on assassinating the leader of Iran. So just so y'all know, Bibi Netanyahu is planning on trying to murder or assassinate the leader of Iran. That will lead to World War III, ladies and gentlemen. And Israel ain't big enough to fight World War III. They're not. They're only doing this bully shit because the United States is supporting them. You can't let me be president. Bibi Netanyahu wouldn't get a fucking dime and he gets sanctioned. Yeah, and he'd get held up in the international court for being a warmonger and a fucking genocidal maniac. That's what would happen. Is that anti-Semitic? No, it's not. It's right and wrong. You blowing up fucking hospitals and schools and shit where babies and kids are. It ain't got shit to do with Hamas. Nothing. You don't wore that October 7th shit so far thin that it's nothing left of it. You're just using it to justify you being a fucking animal. And it's about time somebody ran your monkey ass in. It's about time. It's about time. It's about time somebody rang your bitch ass in. You fucking murderer. I can keep showing y'all example after example after example. Again, back to the dude who went and unalived those two people and that senator in Mahari's home state. Back to him. They went and told that lie and said that this man was far left, he was this, he was the left, da 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 da. Okay, cool. This dude had a hit list of abortion clinics and nothing but Democratic officials. No Republicans listed in his bullshit ass list. You tell me again how he's far left. Tell me again. Tell me again. What's up, Nicholas? Happy Father's Day to you, man. Tell me again how somebody could have all this shit targeting leftist people is all of a sudden a leftist. If my complaint about the left, about the Democrats, is that they're too soft and they act too spineless to combat fascism, how is it all of a sudden they're the wild fucking monkey bunch like y'all was that attacked the fucking Capitol? How? I'm gonna keep showing y'all. Hold on, I gotta play my song. Gotta play my song. Hold on. Gotta play my song. Jigga who, jigga boos, jigga coons, they're everywhere. They're over there. They're ready to sell you out for a little bag and a little bit of clout. The jig is up for all you jigga boos. You're not welcome here and we don't rock with you. So go back to your cooniverse. I'm sorry, I had to get that out of my. I'm sorry, I had to get that I had to get that out of my system. Cause fucking the Michael Blackson cosplayer is a fucking coon. But anyways, y'all get what I'm saying. If the mean-spirited letter-writing fucking Dems are all of a sudden this vile, violent group of fucking banshees now, show me where that happened. The ones that's writing mean-spirited emails to the president about his fascism and not doing shit about it. Show me again. Now they're calling the left insurrectionists. After y'all literally just got bonded out, got pardoned for actually committing an insurrection. They try to label anything that the Dems do or anybody on the left that don't agree with Donald Trump and this bullshit he on as an insurrection. These motherfuckers, they would spare no expense to lie. They would spare no expense to lie. They would spare no expense to lie their ass off. They spare no expense for it. None. They spare no expense. Oh, I seen that, Sheldon. It won't let me. YouTube doing that bullshit again, dog. It won't let me comment on your videos. Fucking jig germ. This shit is disgusting, dog. Yeah, let's combat some more lies, shall we? Let's talk about Pete Hegseth real quick, shall we? Let's talk about Pete Hegseth. Y'all smash the like button.
Training at Fox News.
Let's see. Mickey Sherrill. I want y'all to listen to this.
News has let you spin months of dangerous dysfunction and incompetence into catchy phrases. But the truth is, it's really been chaos at the Pentagon under your leadership. But what I'm most concerned about are three specific areas: your operational incompetence, your managerial incompetence, and your budgetary incompetence.
Highly ideological and very ill-informed reporters love to speculate about things they know nothing about.
So it sounds like actually the reporting is correct.
I'm saying the reporting is inaccurate.
I don't think that's correct. So let's move on to your managerial incompetence. I think we can see why you misunderstood the president, because you're obviously misunderstanding my questions. News reports, and you can contest it, but I'd love to hear your answer, say that you haven't nominated someone because qualified admirals keep turning the position down.
Ma'am, with all due respect, I would suggest not believing every headline you read.
With all due respect, I'd like your nomination. When will we see it?
In due time, for all the right reasons.
Again, I think we've seen the managerial incompetence. Your trick.
See? Let me read this. This is from Gavin Newsom. The official Department of Defense account is spreading fake images from old protests to justify Trump's illegal militarization militarization of Los Angeles. This isn't just disinformation. It's a propaganda campaign from the Pentagon. Here's an example. I'm showing y'all. Here's an example. Here's the official Department of Defense response account using a false video debunked by Snoops to spread fear. Right there. Showing police cars on fire. Los Angeles isn't on fire. They're not. This picture is from 2020. Misinformation. Misinformation. They continue to share misinformation right now. Because they want you to believe there's always, 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 always something wrong when there's not. They use old pictures and misinformation because this drunk pile of shit is incompetent. Y'all want to hear how Pete Hegseth is going to jail when this shit comes to a close? Because it is. It is. It is. So, let's see. I'll go back to that one later. I want y'all to watch. This one's 5 minutes long. And I want y'all to listen. Listen to how Seth Moulton is a senator. Watch how he makes him admit that he sent classified documents over an unsecured, unclassified server. Watch how he makes him lie under oath. Because Pete Hegseth is a flaming pile of dog shit.
Secretary Hegseth, I'd like to clarify a few important details for the record. When you texted the launch time for F-18s going into combat over enemy territory facing anti-aircraft missiles on an unclassified signal chat, did that launch time come from Central Command, yes or no?
Listen.
I know what you're referring to, and there were no
It's a very simple
targets
question.
or
Did it come from?
locations
It's a
or-
very simple question. Did it come from Central Command?
Well, in this committee, no way in which I communicate or what I communicate on a successful strike is something that I would share.
So you can't even identify the combatant command under which this operation occurred.
Well, everybody knows the.
Okay, so everyone knows it's Central Command. So when Central Command sent you this information, did they send it on a classified system or an unclassified system?
Well, as you know, having served yourself, any way that the Secretary of Defense communicates or provides information in and of itself is classified and not to be discussed.
So what was the classification marking of the launch time when it was sent to you? Because DoD regulations require information on classified systems to be marked.
What was the classification mark time?
Yeah, what was the classification marking? Because
Again,
DoD
classifications of any information in an ongoing operation that was successful are not things that would be disclosed in a public forum.
But
know that.
you can very well disclose whether or not it was classified. It's not classified to disclose whether or not it was classified. And in fact, DoD regulations state that any classified information has to be labeled with its classification. Was it classified secret or top secret?
What's not classified is that it was an incredibly successful mission against the Houthis.
Okay, so it was classified. So are you trying to...
Did y'all hear that? Y'all gotta know who Senator Moulton is. He worked in the Department of Defense, so he knows how operations work. And Pete Hegseth just admitted under oath that he sent classified information over an unsecured server that was unclassified. Stark contrast of what he said before when he was demonizing the reporter that he included in said chat. Right? He didn't have to try hard. at all to box him in. He didn't have to try hard. He didn't. I'm not even gonna let y'all don't even have to listen. You already get the gist of what he's doing. He's already leading them with open-ended questions. Already doing it. Y'all want to hear how incompetent Pete Hegseth really is? Y'all want to hear? Listen to this.
How many ships is China expected to field by 2030?
I believe that's a classified number, but it's going to go up at a rapid rate.
CMPR report that was released. There's an unclassified number.
It's going up at a rapid rate.
Let me help you out. 435. Let's see if we do better in EUCOM. What corridor in eastern Poland is vulnerable and a priority for U.S. reinforcements? It connects Belarus to a Russian region.
I'm sure you can tell me.
I can tell you. It's the Suwalki Gap. Which heavily militarized Russian territory connected the Suwalki Gap? It contains nuclear-capable missiles. It threatens all of NATO. It's right there in the middle of Eastern Europe.
I see we're playing a quiz game here.
How many ships is China expected to field by 2030?
Did y'all get that? This dude is grossly incompetent. He don't know what the fuck he doing. Here we go. What's up, family? Benny Loco, what's up? That just shit. Fucking drunk, man. Again, they said Donald Trump had 250,000 people at this bullshit ass charade. I don't even call it a parade. It's a charade to me. But here you go. Where's 250,000 people at?
Only way to go. And so let's get it. If you're looking for me, I'll be on the clock. On the thing drop, possibly sitting on a trap now. Because I'm a product. Yeah. I'm a soul survivor.
Let me mute the music because I know they're gonna flag the shit out of me. See? Thrill Hill, what's up, man? That's where everybody was. There was nobody at this bullshit ass parade. Nobody. There was nobody there. Nobody. Y'all eyes work. All of our eyes work. Every one of our eyes work. Thank you, Benny Loco. Shelton, right. I've seen more people at a fucking football game at high school. But Donald Trump is so fucking popular. So how did he win all of these swing states? And they say they go out and they brag and all this shit. Oh man, see, Donald Trump won all the swing states. He won by a landslide. Y'all want to know something wild? What's wild is how Bibi Netanyahu and Trump and these Republicans all try to make Bibi Netanyahu and these fucking goofballs over there sound like the victim when their own people are taking boat tours in their country to watch them get the shit bummed out of them by Iran. What's up with it, Eric? How you doing today? Happy Father's Day to you, man. I'm telling y'all, misinformation is something that they they continue. It's innocent Israelis. They're innocent. They're just defending their sovereignty while blowing the shit up out of everybody. It's wild work, bro. It's wild work. Wow, they spent 19 months straight bumming kids. And now they're complaining about being bummed. Yeah. I don't feel bad for them. I hope they get their comeuppance, and I think it's coming in the form of Iran. I think it's coming in the form of Iran. Let these people fuck around and find out. Why in the fuck are we involved in their shit when we got shit here that needs to be taken care of? Pull all funding from Israel. Pull it. Pull all your money there. Pull it. No. What you're doing is fucking wrong. 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 Trump hires the best people. NBA D Nice, what's up, family? Let these people continue to sit out and lie. Because that's what they're good at. Misinformation, disinformation, lies, and more lies, and gaslighting. Oh, everybody else is evil. Everybody else does wrong. Everybody else is bad, but the Republicans. They're here to fight for our sovereignty. They're here to fight for your rights. Cono Loco, happy Father's Day to you, Brody. I sent you a text this morning. Detroit, what's up, man? Yep, Detroit, I just talked about that. They just vetoed a plan for Israel to assassinate the leader of Iran. They are not innocent by a long mile, by 1,000 miles. They are not fucking innocent. They're getting their own comeuppance from the shit that they're doing. Let them get it. Let them eat cake. Let them eat cake. All you have is right-wing goofballs on Twitter and everywhere else whining and crying about Iran defending itself. Bibi Netanyahu needs to be arrested. Everybody who operated with him need to be arrested. All of them. It's wrong. If you listen to Republicans long enough, if you listen to these fucking goofball magatard window lickers long enough, if you listen to them long enough, you would think these people were good-hearted, kind-hearted, sweet-spirited patriots who love America and love everybody in it. They just want a safe place for everyone to exist. If you listen to them. Look at this orange fuck. This nigga sleep. Fucking clown. Look at how they're marching. They're not in step. Look, they're not in step. Look at them. They're not in step. But 250,000 people were there. The best sign I seen from the protest. Those people that was in that crowd got paid to be there. Just so y'all know. No, that really wasn't a band. It was just one of those. That was the best sound over that I could find, though. This sign is the awesomest sign I seen there. It was followed by, if Kamala Harris was president, we'd be at brunch right now. This is the sign of the year. Hey, Trump, nobody paid us to be here. We all hate you for free. And we do. We fucking hate this bitch ass nigga. I can't stand Trump. I don't like him. I don't like none of his supporters. I don't like none of that shit. I do not like him. Nope. Can't stand him. Can't stand Donald Trump. Fuck him. And fuck his stupid ass supporters. I am so glad that everybody came out and did their thing. Pathetic. Didn't they call Joe Biden Sleepy Joe? Oh man, Detroit, that's funny. That is funny. That was funny. Motherfuckers would not even take $1,000 to go to this bullshit ass parade to sit there and suffer through watching this orange fuck go to sleep. This is what over 250,000 people look like. Just so y'all know. And this was in Los Angeles. This was in Los Angeles. This is 250,000. This is over 250,000 people. That's what that looked like in Los Angeles at the No Kings protest. That is really what 250,000 people strong look like. That's what it looks like. Didn't look like Trump looked like he had probably maybe 1,000 people there, if that. $200,000 people strong. $45 million wasted while you're trying to kick millions of people off health care. Trump thought he was going to get this because he wants to be a fucking dictator. But this is what the fuck he really got. He wanted this, but got this. And Trump live in a warped reality, yo. For real. Trump living a reality in his head unimaginable by people with common sense. Yep, Martin. Yep, it sure did. I was watching. I was at work yesterday, but I watched. And it was beautiful to watch. It was beautiful to watch. I watched. And it was a fucking joke to see this piece of shit. Cadet Bone Spurs wanted a fucking military parade but never served a day in the military. Somebody asked about this fucking balloon. There you go. Yep, Playful Pal, exactly. Trump done made us the fucking laughing stock of the world. The laughing stock of the world. Above is Trump's bullshit ass parade. Below is the No Kings parade. This dude is a fucking embarrassment. And all those right-wingers and all those goofballs online lying to themselves and saying, hey guys, hey, Donald Trump is very popular. The American people loves and they stand by Donald Trump. No, the fuck they don't. No, the fuck they don't. Nobody stands by this bitch ass nigga. Nobody. All they wager on is fucking misinformation. Again, this fucking white man. When are they gonna have this conversation about white on white violence? When are they gonna have that conversation? There y'all go. Right there. When are we gonna have that conversation? Registered Republican, voted for Trump, evangelical preacher, private security contractor. Hit list included Tim Walz, Ilhan Omar, and abortion activist. Follow anti-LGBT hate groups on Facebook. But these motherfuckers want you to believe this is a leftist. Sure, buddy. Sure. Chicago had a crowd. Let's see. They had crowds in Florida, South Carolina, here in South Carolina. They had crowds everywhere. There were crowds everywhere. Everywhere.
Right here, right now.
Jusqu'à présent, même
That's
maintenant.
him.
And when I get excited,
Et quand je suis excité,
I want to dance.
je veux danser.
And what Jesus did for me.
C'est que Jésus a fait pour moi.
Jesus is God.
Jésus est
Almighty
Dieu.
God.
C'est le Dieu
He
puissant.
saved my life.
Il a sauvé ma
Woo!
vie.
I'm excited about God.
Je suis excité de Dieu.
And I want to worship Him.
Et c'est pourquoi je l'adore.
Because He's coming again. And
That's him. That's the one who went and murdered those people. This lady, she and her husband both were murdered. This man and his wife were both shot, and they're both in surgery. They both got out of surgery last night, and they're expected to recover. But this lady, she didn't make it, nor did her husband. And they were killed by this fucking goofball who these right-wing dumbasses on the internet, including Charlie Cook, was spreading misinformation and lies, saying that these people were this guy was a fucking leftist. No, the fuck he wasn't. He was an evangelical fucking Christian nationalist with a fucking psycho. Yep, they're trying to make it sound like it was something it wasn't. See, y'all want to know what opened the door to this? Y'all want to know what opened the door to this? Elizabeth, how you doing, Queen? Y'all want to know what opened the door to this? Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button and shit. Y'all want to know what opened the door to this? Fucking ICE being able to ross around this country kidnapping motherfuckers with no punishment at all. This is what opened the door to this. So this dude can wear a fucking mask and pretend like he's a police officer and murder these people. And attempted to murder 2 other people. They opened the door to this. Kristi Noem opened the door to this. That's a mask. What's up, autism boy? They opened the door to this shit. Like I said, this is going to lead to ICE officers getting a bullet in their ass. And I can't wait. This is going to lead. I'm telling y'all, don't believe me. This is going to lead.
That Vance dude that shot at the 2 Democratic senators and their spouses, killing 2 of them and injuring the other 2. He's buddy with Eric Prince of Blackwater. Eric Prince works with Elon to do coup d'etats across the world. And whistleblowing on them as the daughter of the former wealth manager to top players in the Heritage Foundation. Like,
there you go.
I've been saying this is a coup d'etat. Anyway, if you don't know who Eric Prince is, I'm cutting in.
Yep, go Google Eric Prince.
From killing civilians in Iraq to pitching plans to seize Afghanistan's minerals and flood Gaza with seawater, Eric Prince is no stranger to controversy. The founder of Blackwater, a notorious private military contractor, the American billionaire has, as an independent operative, defied U.S. national interests, aided would-be dictators, and participated in shady secret meetings. So who is Eric Prince, and what has he done so far? Let's take a look. In 1997, ex-Navy SEAL Eric Prince founded Blackwater as a private security company. Blackwater started out by offering a broad range of protection services, from bodyguards to aerial surveillance.
Yep. Eric Prince. And this fucking goofball who went and murdered those people yesterday. Idaho had a crowd. Salt Lake City had a crowd.
You motherfuckers are gonna learn to stop playing with me. I posted earlier about the Vance Bolter situation, a MAGA Christian nationalist that was arrested for shooting the 2 Democrats in Minnesota this morning. All I see in my comment section up and down is such a made-up term, MAGA Christian nationalist. Ooh, show me the proof that he's a Christian nationalist. Bro, think you acted too quickly. Suspect in lawmaker assassination was a Tim Walz appointee. He was hired by Tim Walz, had the pile of shit No Kings flyers and pamphlets in his car. He's a Democrat. Okay, I'll make time for you bitches. Let's go line by line. Number 1, where's my proof that he's a Christian nationalist? Vance Bolter posted on March 5th, 2023, Unity in the Body of Christ. Vance Bolter is a self-proclaimed pastor who has spent his time going through Africa proselytizing the word of Christ. And while he was doing that, he was regurgitating anti-trans, anti-LGBT doctrine and coupling that with American values.
People, especially in America, they don't know what sex they are. They don't know how their sexual orientation. They're confused. The enemy has gotten so far into their mind and their soul. But this word, mais cette parole, cuts deeper, va au profondeur, because it's living. Parce qu'elle est vivante, it's active, elle est agissante. God goes down there and pulls that out, and he sets every person free.
Number 2, he was hired by Tim Walz. Tim Walz is the governor of Minnesota. Even though Minnesota leans Democrat, it's worth noting that the margin of victory for Democrats has narrowed in recent elections. Which means that Minnesota is really a purple state. It's not red or blue, it's kind of in the middle, and it's a mixture of both. No one is surprised that Tim Walz would actually appoint a very diverse array of voices in a nonpartisan advisory committee. As a matter of fact, the 60-person board Butler served on was unpaid and bipartisan. And despite serving under Dems, Butler last registered to vote in 2022 as a Republican. Democratic governor of a purple state got a 60-person board with diverse opinions to advise him. What a fucking concept. See, that's the difference between you and us. We actually believe in freedom and democracy, the shit that y'all claim to believe in, but fucking don't. Finally, here's the last piece. Oh, but they found no King's flyers in his back seat. But here's the thing, flyers actually have information on them. I don't see any location, I don't see a date, I don't see a time on any of these stack of papers, and we knew that there was no King's protests happening all across the country on June 14th, but specifically in Minnesota. It is more likely that with this man's history, he actually went and saw these fucking signs somewhere that were going to be given to protesters for that day who didn't bring anything but wanted to hold something and actually grab them and put them in his car to fucking throw them away. The way that y'all are constantly caught every election removing and ripping up signs from your political opponent every fucking election. Baby, here's the best part of all of this, because if you tuned out, I'm gonna need you to tune right the fuck back in. Vance Luther Bolter left behind a manifesto listing the names of 70 politicians. List included dozens of other Democrats from Minnesota, including Governor Walz, U.S. Representative Ilhan Omar, U.S. Senator Tina Smith, and State Attorney General Keith Ellison. And the hit list included abortion provider clinics and Planned Parenthood. I'm gonna let y'all in on a motherfucking secret. Democrats, liberals, and progressives don't try to kill their own. And we for damn sure allegedly don't ask for one of our own to participate in the staging of an assassination of a politician in order to get sympathy political votes to win a fucking election.
He was a Republican too.
Allegedly actually kill him and then bury the story, never to talk about it again because it went fucking further than you thought it would. We certainly don't do that shit. Y'all and us could never, would never, will never be the same.
There you go. Now, there goes all those lies that they taught. That's all those lies they said.
You motherfuckers are gonna learn to stop.
That's all the lies they said, right? They said all those lies. They said, well, he's a leftist. Told you, misinformation is their bullets. Misinformation. The blacks. Live. They keep trying to flip narratives like they did in LA, like they did in Butler, Pennsylvania. That kid, that fake assassination attempt, which none of these motherfuckers can even tell you his name, Charles Crooks. He did. He was a registered Republican. I'll go myself. Claims to be pro-life but kills 2 people. Sounds like MAGA to me. What do y'all think? I want to hear what y'all think. I want to hear what y'all think. I want to hear what you guys think. You know what? Melania got to be embarrassed. Every time she goes somewhere, Trump getting booed. People calling motherfuckers Doze and Dunn. It's about the grift. It's all about the grift. It's all about the grift. That's all it's about. The grift. Stealing money. Stealing money. Look at this fucking bitch. Look at her. She don't want to be there. Look at this fucking dweeb in the back. Look at Eric. Fucking dork. Look at Eric. He looks like a fucking dweeb. Yep, she got paid. They never kiss. They never embrace each other. None of that shit. She always looked like she's disgusted. Like she's in a situation she can't get out of. Like I said, Donald Trump, everything he does only shows you that he's jealous, extremely jealous of Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Because Barack and Michelle actually have a real relationship. And they actually look like they're happy to be with each other. It's disgusting how these motherfuckers fake everything. Everything about Donald Trump is fake. Everything. Bravado, his fucking marriage, his retarded kids, all this shit. Everything is fake. He's no tough guy. He's no fucking strong leader. He's not good on the economy. He's not good on shit. The only thing he's good at is stealing money. That's it. That is it. That's all. That's all he's good at. He's not good at shit. Nothing. He's good at wearing that dog fur on his head. Yep. Shelton, it's all jealousy. They see Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, and they see beauty. They are jealous of Barack Obama and Michelle. Everything about them. They're jealous of their kids. They're jealous of their education. They're jealous of their status in the world, how everybody reverence and respects them. They're jealous. Everything about them is jealousy. It's nothing but jealousy. Everything about them it reeks of jealousy. Everything about him reeks jealousy. It reeks jealousy. Reeks. I guarantee you, and I know Barack Obama would never do this, if Barack Obama had a military parade in honor of him, that would have been millions of people out there to celebrate Barack Obama, because Barack Obama works under the guise of the law. Millions, 19 million people showed out to protest against this orange pile of shit. 19 million people. This was at Donald Trump's shitty ass parade. This was in Los Angeles. This was in Washington, D.C. This was in Houston, Texas. Lahu Sahur. Dunny McShittard strikes again. More misinformation that Donald Trump and his raggedy ass administration came out and lied about. We're arresting criminals. Unpublished ICE statistics reviewed by Reuters show people with criminal convictions of any type, including minor crimes, made up only a third of the 177,000 people arrested and booked into detention from October 2024 to the end of May. Trump took the office in January 20th, which means the figures include 3.5 months of Biden's presidency. Some 62,400 people with criminal convictions were arrested by ICE and placed in detention, the figures show. The top charges were traffic offenses or immigration-related crimes such as illegal re-entry, making up 39% of the total. Look at this shit. These motherfuckers ain't got nothing to do over there, so they detain a man going to VA. That's wild. They detained an Army veteran who was on his way to the Department of Veteran Affairs when he crossed the yellow tape boundary. Yeah. Sounds like y'all doing your job, right? On a veteran. Fucking dumbasses. Marines aren't supposed to be arresting nobody any fucking way. They're there to back up local law enforcement. That's it. Passe comitatus. Benny Loco, that makes too much sense. These people make no sense at all. Because they don't care about anything that makes sense. They don't give a fuck about anything that makes sense. All they care about is chaos. Chaos and fucking goofiness. That's all they care about. This is all they fucking care about. They care about destruction. They care about fucking chaos. Because when you have chaos, you have no order. When you have no order, you tend to believe whatever the first thing they tell you.
Say you cannot be in our country illegally, and the punishment for being in our country illegally is to be deported. You either believe that laws should be followed, or you don't. You're not a better person because you think a certain group of people should be able to ignore the law. This is such a childish argument to have. You either
Hey, Martin,
follow
salute
the
to you,
rule of
man.
law and believe in
Happy
the rule
Father's
of law,
Day to all the
or
dads
you
in here.
don't. I'm always going to be on the side of people who do.
Meanwhile, you have an active warrant for violation of probation issued on June 8th, 2025. Now, I'm not a lawyer, and this isn't legal advice, but here you have two options. Stipulate to the facts of the violation or not stipulate to the facts of the violation. Either way, you have to go before an honorable court to quash this warrant. But given your past of failure to appear, failure to pay, contempt of court, violation of probation prior, you're going to have an uphill battle. Court is actively looking for you. And the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office is also looking for you. And what are you going to do? You're going to move to Europe? Give me a break. Remember that criminal
Thank you,
past
Baby
I
J.
was telling you about? Criminal traffic, eviction, criminal traffic, civil traffic, civil action. And you have the nerve to call us criminals. Older millennial, you're a goddamn bully, and we're not going to stand for it. You have some balls calling people criminals. Roll the clip.
Our laws say you cannot be in our country.
It's these motherfuckers. I'm telling y'all, the misinformation is thick with these bastards. Imagine that. Their president is a fucking felon. The Secretary of Homeland of Health and Human Services is a fucking felon.
Years. Half were tied to Trump's casinos. He sued gamblers who didn't pay their debts. They sued him back for firing them without cause. One casino executive died in a helicopter crash. Trump sued over that too. He was the plaintiff in 1,679 casino cases. Only 139 times was he the defendant. This is a man who sues as a business tactic. He's gone to war over vodka, golf, condos, and contracts. One vodka company dropped his brand after sales tanked. Trump sued for $4.5 million in lost royalties and won. It's unclear if he ever saw the money. He's been sued 622 times over real estate deals. Tenants, buyers, and investors all went after him. ADA testers sued when his properties failed to comply. There were 697 personal injury lawsuits. Most were slips and falls at his hotels or golf courses. Some were casino patrons injured in Atlantic City. His name was slapped onto buildings he didn't build. When those deals collapsed, he blamed everyone but himself. In court, he once said,
"Well, the word developing, it doesn't mean that we're the developers."
Over 100 workers sued for unpaid wages or overtime. One case settled with resort staff who worked 20-hour shifts. They were paid $800 each after the Passover event ended. He's been in 208 contract disputes. In many, Trump claimed he was just licensing his name. That strategy made him money. It also brought lawsuits. In 190 cases, the issue was taxes or government payments. Some suits were over unpaid taxes. Others were about how much his companies actually owed. Trump has even sued for defamation. He sued Miss Pennsylvania. He sued Bill Maher. He won once, but the outcome is still under dispute. The Trump campaign also triggered legal action. Text messages sent without consent led to a class action lawsuit. His campaign used a bald eagle photo without permission. He settled. He's been sued over golf club fees in Jupiter, Florida. Members claimed he refused to return their money. A federal judge ordered a trial. During just his first 100 days as president, lawsuits flooded in again. Over 220 legal challenges were filed in those 3 months. Judges blocked his immigration crackdowns. They stopped him from removing birthright citizenship. They froze deportations done without due process. One judge called it a shock and awe bombing campaign. Another said Trump made a solemn mockery of the Constitution. Harvard sued him over a $2 billion funding freeze. They argued it violated free speech. Judges agreed. For now, one judge accused Trump of using a gimmick to fire civil servants. Trump's response is always simple: appeal, delay, and deny. He rarely backs down, even when courts push back. Winning isn't always the goal. Dragging it out is. Trump.
That's who these fuckers voted for. A fucking criminal. A criminal. A fucking criminal.
Talked about that yesterday with my company.
Yeah, I think it's something that could happen. Yeah. Hey, he's the head of a country, and I mean, he's the strong head. Don't let anyone think anything different. He speaks, and his people sit up at attention. I want my people to do the same.
Well, are we close to seeing Mr. Kim here at the White House?
Could happen.
You hear that? I want my people to obey me like Kim Jong-un's people obey him in North Korea. It's gonna make these motherfuckers mad again. Look at them. Look how happy they look. Genuinely happy. Look at their kids. Their babies are grown now. But look at them. These motherfuckers want you to believe that this beautiful black woman is a man. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. I miss this. I miss all this. Just being normal. Just having a fucking soul. Just caring about the well-being of people. I miss this. Now we got lies, misinformation, fucking fake marriages, retarded kids, and fucking window lickers, and prominent positions who don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's what we got now. That's what we have now. We have bullshit. We have that bullshit. That's what we have. We have bullshit. Obama wouldn't get away with none of this shit. With none of it. You know it, I know it, we all know it. We all know it. Every last one of y'all know. You all know it. Y'all know it.
Grift in the history of our economy in terms of the amount of money stolen and the size of it over the shortest period. Just some data here. Trump-affiliated entities have made at least $300 million in trading fees. The Trump family's net worth has increased by $3 billion or $1 billion a month since he took office. Just some timeline. The Trump coin launched on a Friday night under cover of dark with all the news about the inauguration. By 3 a.m. on Sunday, it was valued at more than $70 billion. And there were a small number of investors who made large investments on a Friday. Maybe they got a tip or something. They made tens, if not hundreds of millions. And then over the course of the next couple of weeks, about 800,000 smaller investors lost billions. This market manipulation, this what would technically be called insider trading by the SEC, we'll never know, because on April 8th, Trump's deputy attorney general ordered the DOJ's crypto fraud investigation arm to disband. Trump posted on Truth Social, "This is a great time to buy Donald Trump media at 9:37 a.m. Between 1 and 1:10 p.m., there was a huge increase in bullish zero-day S&P 500 call options. And then just 8 minutes later, Trump announced a 90-day pause on all of his tariffs, and the market soared almost 10%, one of the biggest one-day gains in history."
Ain't no need to.
Real quick, I was reading through Melania Trump's Wikipedia page because I was bored and I realized I didn't really know much about her. And then I got to the part about how they met, and I just want to read this part to you because I was like, wait, what? Just to set the scene, they meet at a party back in 1998. He was already on a date with somebody else while at the party, shocker. And then he asked for her number and she was like, no, I want your number, because she was trying to be assertive. Then it says, and I can't believe this is on here, after a week, Melania called Donald and they went on a date. She intentionally gave him an indifferent attitude to his advances, knowing this would pique his interest. Not only was Donald's personality similar to that of Melania's father, but they were of similar ages and had similar physical appearances. It was at this point where I was like, I don't even know what her dad looks like. This could all just be made up information.
Damn.
Then I remember that it said that they had similar ages, so I looked that up. Her father's currently 81, and Donald is 78, so they're a little over 2 years apart. And if you're thinking the same thing as me, and you take that information and go back to 1998, that would mean she was 28 and he was 52, and her father was 54, 55. And this photo leads us full circle back to the beginning about immigration, because it's attached to an article about how her parents became U.S. citizens thanks to chain migration back in 2018. And when I heard chain migration, I was like, wait a minute, isn't that what her husband wanted and still wants to end it? Yes, I guess it's okay when you know the right people. Right people. Oh, and at the end here, it also mentions that she read his book, The Art of the Comeback, I guess to get some tips about dating him. And then I clicked on the link for the book, and you're not going to believe this part. The book offers 10 tips for success. Number 1, play golf. Number 2, stay focused. Number 3, be paranoid. Be passionate, go against the tide, go with your gut, work with people you like. Be lucky, get even, and always have a prenuptial agreement. I guess you can say he is consistent. Speaking of...
Wow.
In South Africa. You know, the way refugees have. He had to leave behind his car, his dogs, and even his mother. You know, the way that families that are in terrible danger and have to flee usually leave behind their mother. He's also a bigot, at the very least an anti-Semite and an Islamophobe. A few years ago, he posted vile, sweeping, stereotypical statements about Jews on the internet, and he also posted clapping hand emojis in response to a post about assaulting Muslims. In his defense, he says that he was standing up for his religion, and he was also on very heavy medication at the time, specifically morphine. And I'm sure we all know that when somebody takes morphine, they suddenly become a hateful bigot. This is well documented. And he says that the land expropriation in South Africa has gone too far, your land becomes worthless. I can't wait for him to find out that America has basically the same expropriation laws as South Africa, they just call it something else. And the silliest part of all, you might be amused to know that this man, who walked away from a quality of life, a standard of life, higher than the vast majority of South Africans could ever dream of having, a 5-bedroom house. His surname is Kleinhaus. This Afrikaner refugee had a 5-bedroom...
Wow. Tell me again how those people were running from a genocide again. That's what they said, right? They said from genocide. Have y'all noticed that a white man shot 4 elected leaders, killing 2 of them, and not one major news outlet labeled him a white fucking terrorist. But if you throw an egg at a Tesla, you're a fucking terrorist. Anybody? Anybody?
Is running like a Swiss watch, right? Well, last week, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem sent out a press release claiming that ICE had arrested a, quote, illegal alien who threatened to assassinate President Donald J. Trump. It included an image of a handwritten letter, a threat letter that you can see on the screen there, that was sent to the president. Noem claimed that letter was sent by an undocumented immigrant in Milwaukee named Ramon Reyes. But it turns out local law enforcement officials did not think Ramon Reyes sent that letter. In fact, they think that Reyes was being set up. This is from a New York Times story that dropped late today. Quote, not long after the announcement, the government story began to look shaky. And as detectives in Wisconsin began looking deeper, they came to believe Reyes had been framed. By this week, Milwaukee County prosecutors had filed identity theft and witness intimidation charges against another man, a lifelong Wisconsin resident. They said that man had written several threatening letters that included Mr. Reyes' name in the return address. Prosecutors said it was an attempt to catch the attention of the Trump administration and weaponize the threat of deportation against Mr. Reyes, who is scheduled to testify against the man at a robbery trial next month. So this guy, who is actually on trial for a crime, basically tried to trick the Trump administration into deporting the witness who would testify against him. That's what happened. And the Department of Homeland Security appears to have fallen for it. They did exactly what he wanted.
Wow.
I don't know. Maybe Kristi Noem would be better off solving crimes if she was dressing up like Sherlock Holmes. She loves to dress up. Couldn't hurt. Maybe she could try it. So this guy who...
Did y'all get that? Did y'all get that? Did y'all hear that? This motherfucker got a dude deported by writing a bullshit ass letter and sending it to the White House with this dude's address on it and claiming he wrote it because he was going to testify against his stupid ass in court because he's a fucking criminal. And they bought it. Because Kristi Noem is a fucking dumb bitch. Boy, I tell you. These are the stupidest fucks that stupid fucked. The stupidest fucks that stupidly fucked. The stupidest fucks. The stupidest fucks that ever stupidly fucked. The stupidest fucks that ever stupidly fucked.
to. He transferred there as a junior from Fordham University. His grades alone wouldn't have allowed for his admission. His sister, Marianne, had been doing his homework for him, but she couldn't take standardized tests in his place. He paid his friend, Joe Shapiro, to take his SATs for him. Trump applied to Wharton in 1966. He was interviewed by admissions officer James Nolan. Nolan had been friends with Trump's brother, Fred Jr. They went to high school together. They spent time together in the Trump's home in Queens. The family hoped he could help get Trump into Wharton. Fred Jr. asked Nolan to interview his brother. Trump brought his father to the interview. Fred Trump Sr. tried to ingratiate himself with Nolan. Nolan was the only one allowed to speak to Trump. He had to give Trump a rating on his own. The evaluation was decent enough to support his candidacy. Nolan's boss approved Trump's application. It wasn't difficult to get into Wharton at the time. It currently has an acceptance rate of 6.49%, but in the 60s, the school accepted half of all applicants. Transfer students had an even higher acceptance rate. The kids of wealthy families were accepted ahead of others. Their families often made donations to the school. Some of the donations were made anonymously, so it's possible that Trump's family helped him financially. Trump graduated from Wharton in 1968. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in economics. He's claimed that it is evidence of his high intellect. He once claimed he studied at the Wharton School of Finance. However, it was not created until 1974. A 1973 article claimed Trump graduated first in his class. His graduating class of 366 had 56 top students. However, Trump wasn't one of them. His name wasn't among the top honorees at his commencement. He wasn't on the dean's list his senior year either. His fellow students said he didn't stand out academically. He would come to classes unprepared. He skipped the study groups that other students attended. Trump wanted to directly engage in the real estate business. Residential real estate is a weekend business, so he spent all his weekends in New York. One of Trump's marketing professors despised him. He called Trump the dumbest student he had ever had. The professor often referred to Trump's arrogance. Apparently, he came to Wharton thinking he already knew everything. Fred Trump Jr. paid to put Donald through college.
Told y'all. Motherfuckers didn't even believe me when I told you one of Donald Trump's professors at Wharton College said he was the dumbest motherfucker ever in the history of everdom that he's ever taught in his professional career. And Lord rest his soul, he passed away a few years ago. Yeah, Donald Trump is fucking stupid. Keep trying to tell y'all that. Y'all keep finding out that Donald Trump is a fucking con artist.
POW flag for January 6th insurrection.
I'm here for a military parade
So you're here
to
for...
honor our army.
Okay, but hang on, question. If you're here to honor the army, why are you carrying a flag that says Trump?
Because Trump is the president of the United States.
But that's not the army, but Trump's not the army.
Twice. Oh, that's your big word. Go ahead and explain. Tell me how he's a fascist, mister. Tell me how he's a fascist. You're an idiot.
But if you're here to support the army, why are you carrying a flag that says Trump on it?
Because I love President Trump. I love what he's doing for our country.
You love a president?
I sure do. I've loved many presidents.
Name another one.
I voted for him.
Name another one you
I'm
love.
an insurrectionist too. How about that?
You were in January 6th?
I sure was.
What was your role at January 6th?
As a patriot, announcing how the whole election was rigged, and we've all come to fruit that it was, weren't we?
We were not. What did you do at January 6th?
I was there with my granddaughter listening to the President of the United States speak. That's what I did.
Yeah, but you said you're an insurrectionist. What does that mean?
Right, because the FBI came to my front door even though I never stepped foot on the Capitol. How about that? Because I posted a picture of me and my granddaughter in front of the Capitol. I had FBI at my front door.
Do you believe you had a right to be there and protest?
Well, I wasn't. Yes, I had. Of course.
So do you believe these people here today have a right to be here and protest?
And you have the right to counter-protest if you want.
Right, so I'm just wondering why you're carrying a flag that says Trump on it.
I've already told you 3 times. Come up
You
with
love
another
him?
question. Come up with another
Sufficiently
intelligent question. Get out of my face.
These folks are fucking stupid. They're fucking retarded. They're fucking dumb. They live in an alternative reality outside of everybody else who lives in real world. They made up this fucking bullshit ass world where they're patriots and Donald Trump is their savior. This is what the fuck they did. They're proud of their ignorance. Proud of it. They are proud of their ignorance. They're proud of their ignorance. They're proud of their stupidity. They're proud of their fucking cult-like behavior, sucking Donald Trump off every chance they get. They do not give a fuck about being stupid. They don't care about being stupid. They don't care.
Legal, theological, cartographic, then killing anyone who didn't believe them. Europeans called the world undiscovered, while standing on thriving civilizations. The Apache didn't need maps to know their land. They knew where the water rose in spring, where the antelope migrated, and where a single footprint meant a traveler passed 4 hours earlier. Meanwhile, Europeans drew maps where entire continents were labeled as terra nullius, nobody's land, to justify stealing things they could never understand. To this day, land acknowledgments are needed because the truth was so systemically buried. Between 1600 and 1900, the U.S. signed over 500 treaties with indigenous nations, every single one broken, ignored, or reinterpreted. The Apache relied on honor-based diplomacy. Truth was action.
I don't even have to listen to this. I already know where this is going. I already told y'all a bunch of fucking liars. This is why I do historic fucking content. This is why I go through the painstaking hours of going to find out real fucking history, because I know these motherfuckers are liars. They're liars.
By authorities. Now, according to reporting, they pulled her over during a traffic stop and found her with other relatives as well as a weapon, passports, and cash in the vehicle. Y'all go ahead and grab your tea and have a seat. Let's get into the latest. So as previously reported, a tragedy unfolded on yesterday in Minnesota when a man pretending to be law enforcement showed up at the homes of Democrat State Senator John Hoffman as well as State Representative Melissa Hortman. Now, unfortunately, Melissa Hortman and her husband were fatally shot, while John Hoffman and his wife are in the hospital suffering from gunshot wounds, but they are expected to make a recovery. According to law enforcement, the suspect showed up in this vehicle at around 2 in the morning at John Hoffman's home, where he shot him and his wife, and then went over to State Representative Melissa Hortman's house, where he fatally shot them. Now, he was dressed as law enforcement, and according to reporting, he was wearing a very scary looking mask. According to local reporting, this is the mask that the suspect was allegedly wearing at the time of the horrific event. He was dressed as law enforcement and in a vehicle with lights that looked exactly like a law enforcement vehicle.
Yep, Benny Loco. Yep, it does.
Entry. Now, yesterday, officials released this photo saying that this was the suspect. He's been identified as Vance Bolter. Now, in that vehicle was also a list of 70 lawmakers plus the governor, as well as some abortion activists. Now, back in 2019, there was a connection between Vance and Tim Walz. Apparently, he was appointed to work on the labor board of some sort. That is literally what is making the Magamites decree and declare that he is a Democrat. However, he's a registered Republican. His roommate stated to local media that he was a supporter of Frumpy to the motherfucking dump, and he's also anti-abortion. Now, according to reporting, his wife was detained in a traffic stop after police discovered a weapon, ammunition, cash, and passport in the trunk of her vehicle. Jenny Bolter was stopped by officers in Minnesota around 10 a.m. on Saturday, though it's not clear whether the check was a routine stop or a planned raid by law enforcement. Jenny and 3 relatives who were in the vehicle were detained for 2 to 3 hours while police searched the car and asked questions. Now, it is not clear whether the couple was still together. However, Vance has connections to several residences that have already been raided. Now, Vance is still at large. Officials say that he may be on foot and asking you to proceed with caution. If you see him, call authorities. This is Double D Mo for the Black Shirt News. Hey, players.
Better be glad that I ain't see his ass. I'm putting a bullet in his monkey ass. That's what happened. What happened, Will? You seen him. You ran into him. What happened? Well, he had a gun. He pointed it at me. I shot him. I knew his face. I seen his face all over the internet. So I did.
President Trump is doing anything for his own benefit. He left a life of luxury.
Trump definitely didn't leave a life of luxury. If he hadn't been reelected, he could have gone to prison for up to 20 years for illegally trying to overturn the results of the 2020 election and for covering up hush money payments during the 2016 election. But it's not just about avoiding prison. Trump's net worth has grown by nearly $3 billion since November. No US president has increased their net worth by even a tiny fraction of that during their time in office. Most of it has to do with his crypto holdings, which now make up 40% of his net worth. He's used the presidency to deregulate crypto and leveraged his followers in position to rake in cash on his meme coin. He even hosted an exclusive event at the White House for the top 220 holders of his Trump meme coin, and the top 25 investors got extra VIP perks. If that isn't using the presidency to enrich yourself, I don't know what is. The guy accepted a $200 million plane from Qatar that he'll be able to use after he leaves office. That's more than all of the foreign gifts given to all of the previous presidents combined, and they definitely didn't get to keep their gifts. This is just the tip of the iceberg. His followers haven't even bat an eye, despite yelling about Hillary Clinton, Obama, and Biden's corruption for years. How did we go from national outrage over Hillary Clinton making $100,000 from a $1,000 investment in 1978 to brushing off blatant corruption and abuse of power today? I have one idea, and it's supported by our research. We'll show Americans know Trump is corrupt. But after years of railing against the corrupt Democrats and spreading outlandish conspiracies, his supporters see his corruption as justified payback. They did it first, so he can too. But let's be clear, Trump's use of the presidency to enrich himself is on a scale never seen before in American history. How do his supporters still think he cares about them?
It's frankly ridiculous that anyone in this room would even suggest that President Trump is doing anything for his own benefit. He left a life of luxury.
Trump definitely didn't leave a life of luxury. If he hadn't been...
See, I told y'all, the whole reason why this motherfucker ran for president to begin with is to keep his monkey ass out of jail. That's all. Him and Elon Musk. That's it. That's all. And this damn blonde bitch, she a damn liar too. She owes the state of New Hampshire fucking $300,000. Yep. Damn shame. Damn shame. Damn shame.
Let's see how they rank. 38th in health and wellness, 50th in healthcare, 50th in healthcare for uninsured women, 37th in women's life expectancy during birth, 45th in maternal mortality, 39th in infant mortality, 44th in access to healthcare, 38th in life expectancy, 14th poorest state in the nation, 40th in food insecurity, 9th highest imprisonment rate, 27th in crime rate, 24th in violent crime, 32nd in education. They are 6th best in the nation on infrastructure, so good job there. 12th highest divorce rate in the country. There's them family values again. 9th highest in churches per capita. That's helping a lot. 36th in pay. 46th in literacy. 37th in college degrees. 13th in wealth inequality. And 32nd in test scores. It should also be noted that Georgia takes in more federal taxes than it gives into the federal system, meaning that it's a welfare state, where the state takes in more money from all the other states so that it can keep itself afloat. Which is ironic, since conservatives always trash people on welfare, when the conservative state of Georgia is a welfare state. So if welfare is so bad, maybe conservative politicians in Georgia should stop taking federal funding and instead focus on trying to contribute more to the system than taking from the system, since welfare is so bad. If you're from Georgia, I'm so sorry to trash your state. You guys deserve much better. Thank you all so much for watching, and tune in next time where I show you just how great conservative policies are doing for your state.
I told y'all, I don't understand how people keep voting for Republicans, especially in red states. Red states have the worst fucking educational system, the worst fucking healthcare system, the highest in violence, the highest in fucking domestic violence, the highest in abortions, the highest in stupidity, the highest in window licking, the highest in fucking licking Trump's tank, the highest in all kinds of bad categories. But they somehow got the gall to open their mouths to tell everybody just how fucking poor people are horrible and immigrants are terrible. Yeah. This is what they do. I told y'all, they manifest themselves on nothing but fucking misinformation and lies. This is all they do. They misinform and fucking lie. They misinform and lie.
able in most instances to answer any specific questions relating to your agency.
Because I haven't been given time.
Well, no, you have been given time, but the point of the matter is you've been unable to answer specific questions. Sir, you are the wrong person for this job. And you had in this hearing today the unmitigated gall to say at the beginning of your testimony that China is ahead of the United States in healthcare because China does not have DEI.
I didn't say that.
Well, we can roll back the tape. You absolutely
And
did
you
say
will
that.
find I didn't say that.
That is absolutely what you said.
I was talking about science. I didn't say they're ahead of us. They're ahead of us in some forms of science, certainly not in health.
Do y'all look at how arrogant this piece of shit is? You hear how arrogant this fucking dumbass voice box is? Y'all hear how fucking arrogant he is. I didn't say that. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You're the only person in the fucking Senate or any fucking congressional body that sounds like that. It's you.
Yeah.
Well, we can roll back the tape, but nonetheless, let me go on with my questions and ask you this. You just heard about the Safe to Sleep campaign, and you have made cuts. You made it very clear here today. You have no knowledge whatsoever of the absolutely amazing scientists and researchers who you have callously fired. You know
Shit
nothing
swimmer.
about the cuts.
Any working scientist, Senator.
That, sir, is not true either. But nonetheless,
It is true.
It is not true. Let me ask
It
you
is
another
true.
specific question. The Safe to Sleep campaign.
It is true.
Then can you name, sir, which office the Safe to Sleep campaign operates out of?
The which campaign?
Well, that's the one that the senator just asked you about 2 minutes ago that prevents babies from dying in their sleep. A 30-year program inside your agency. You would agree that it's
I
important.
think it's part of HRSA. Or ACF is ACF.
No, actually, it's in Health and Human Services.
Yeah.
And I think,
Yeah.
and again,
Now, they're all within Health and Human Services, but the subdivision is ACF.
no, actually, the name of the
Administration of Children and Families.
No, let me tell you what it is. The National Institute of Child Health and Human Development. This is actually the one that your aunt, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, is the person who it's named after. And you noted just a moment ago, the senator reminded you that although this is a very important agency, prevents babies from dying, this is the same one you fired every single person in this office as of April the 1st. It is also,
As I said, there were no working scientists fired during the RIF.
we can bring you that information later, but because what you just said is not true. Well, then the question also is, in addition to firing the individuals who make sure babies don't die in their sleep, why did you cut funding and staff from the CDC's National Center on Birth Defects and Developmental Disabilities, which supports the Special Olympics? Was that a mistake? I've heard you say you've made some mistakes today. Was that also a mistake? I'm over here. I've been sitting through this hearing all day today and have noted that you've been unable in most instances to answer any specific questions relating to your agency.
See, I like her. I like Angela also Brooks. She comes straight to task, straight to the point. And this stupid bastard can't even answer a question. All they want to do is just kill poor people. That's it. That's all RFK is there to do. He don't have any medical expertise. He don't know what the fuck he's doing. He don't even know what he don't even know what the functions of HHS is. He don't know nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. Like Christy None's stupid plastic face ass. All she wants to do is play dress up. Take your dumb ass back to South Dakota and go dress up over there with your stupid ass. Send all these people the fuck back. Sit. I love her videos.
Everyone loves my laugh, Sandy. But
I
to
do.
answer your question,
She
Sandy,
be funny.
I laugh. I laugh because I'm sorry. I laugh because it makes me feel youthful. It releases endorphins. It heals the body from the inside out, which is why I'm 51 and I don't need makeup or filters, honey.
Damn!
I laugh because it feeds my soul. It feeds my spirit. I laugh because someone I just want to say it's crazy that you asked this.
Wow. She's 51 years old. Lord Jesus. And just showed a picture. Why all these motherfuckers always come out trying to talk shit about black folks and you look like aged spoiled milk? Get the fuck out of here, dog. This is... Wow. No, it's just like a random video, Sheldon. I watch her content because she always laughing. It makes me laugh. So, Michigan House Republicans don't think kids need food in order to be able to learn, and they cut the school lunch program. Wow. I fucking hate these people. Well, yep, eugenics. Well, I think that's all. I'm about to go get some food. No, this shit makes my head hurts. I gotta get some rest. I gotta work tomorrow. I'm tired. Body hurt. And it's right back to it again. I love Ron Killings. Ron Killings is my hero. R-Truth is the man. He's the man. But yeah, happy Father's Day to every last one of you guys who are fathers. Yep, I see your crown. And thank you to everybody who hit the like button, who subscribed to the channel, who smashed the like button, who commented and enjoyed. I'm tired. I'm gonna get some food and I'm going to sleep because I'm worn out. But anyways, fuck Donald Trump. Fuck everybody who voted for this bitch ass nigga. Fuck his stupid window licking administration. Y'all already know how I feel about him. But anyways, y'all have a great day. All right?